from here, we're going to move on to what is, my pick for October 20th. I couldn't read where it was, and then I realized it was down the bottom corner because I couldn't find a proper spot to put it. Running it over people's faces. And that is Mafia Bella, Giulia, and Thekla, the returning Thekla, taking on Meltier, the current Stardom Goddess Tag Team Goddess Champions, or Goddess of Stardom Champions, Natsupoi and Tam Nakano. I absolutely love it. I will say this: when it first happened, I'm missing the braids from Giulia. I will say that I love the braids that she had during the 5-star, but those are her 5-star braids. I get it. But man, both these women, like the power that you had from Thekla, who's tiny but powerful, and then Giulia just showing her power off as she always does. Absolutely phenomenal. Giulia, when she pulls back and hits that curb stomp, just I just imagine the curb being around, and she would just wreck those teeth, and she would just wreck you with that stomp. But yeah, and just some of like the kicks coming off of Thekla were crazy cool, good. Like the Yakuza kick she was hitting and everything. But then to the other side of it all is Natsupoi and Tam Nakano, who I am a huge fan of both these girls. I absolutely love it. They're legitimately, to me, the cutest tag team in the world. You can't help but say that they truly are. And just the speed coming off both these ladies, like Tam, the knee, she hits like a knee to the head. She comes off top hitting a knee to the head. I think it was of Giulia, and then get Natsupoi getting the Alexa Bliss, like I think it's the fairy splash. I can't remember. She flips and spins in the air and lands on her, and just the beauty and the speed and what these girls do is wonderful. And it just. It's all these girls have such good color, but I will always shout out that kneeling spin kick by Natsupoi is something I've never seen any other girl do, and I love the innovation in that. But at the end did come where Giulia did get Tam where Giulia got Natsupoi into the figure 4, and then leans forward and grabs her into a chokehold while applying the modified figure 4. And at this same point, Thekla did have Tam Nakano in the octopus stretch, and Natsupoi had no choice because they were dead center of the ring. She had no choice but to tap out, and Mafia Bella getting their first 2 points of this tournament.
One thing I did note throughout this particular match, Thekla especially struggling with her feelings towards Natsupoi. Natsupoi obviously was a part of the faction with Giulia Donna Del Mondo until recently, where she did have her almost seeming blood feud with Tam Nakano before leaving Donna Del Mondo to join Tam Nakano in Cosmic Angels. There was a lot of emotion behind Thekla, especially in this one. I almost feel like Giulia was trying to be that, leader, to be like, nope, we got this, we're going forward. There was still some emotion, especially at the end of the match when the decision had come. But yeah, definitely Thekla struggling a lot emotionally throughout this match, and I did feel that it added to the overall intensity of this showdown.
Yeah, again, this is new knowledge to me. You just let me know about this recently, like after I'd seen this match, and I looking back at it, yeah, I really see the anger and the hatred almost in Thekla at Natsupoi, and that anger. And when you see her attacking her, she's really laying into her on that situation there. But yeah, so and then your main event of the evening, it is FWC. Hazuki and Koguma from Stars, you taking on 7-Ups. Nanae Takahashi and you from the newly formed Neo Stardom Army. The end of this match came where Koguma actually was hit with a double Razor's Edge, and Nanae hit a frog splash, and Nanae got the pin and the win. Again, in it, like we saw with BMI, this is 7-Up showing dominance in this match and trying to really show out that these two ladies are here to fight. And this is a really, for me personally, watching Nanae, a really rehabbing for her.
This was definitely almost like a resurrection for her, because we have discussed it privately before. Her one-on-one matches coming up so far recently have been, not unentertaining, but they've certainly been, I'll say, maybe lackluster in comparison to
Yeah.
what else has been going on the show. This her combination with you and this match in particular, them coming in as the veterans, Hazuki and Koguma being the, reigning winners from last year. This was a statement match for them. And I think that the 7-Up knew that, and boy, did they ever make a statement with this one.
Very, very much so. So, beginning, and we're going to quickly go through the where the point standings are very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
In the Red Goddesses, and you have Mafia, Bella, and We Love Tokyo Sports sitting on top with 2 points each. Then you have Karate Brave and Black Desire, each with 1 point due to the draw, and every other team with 0 points. Peach Rock, Aphrodite, Meltier, and My Fair Lady, all with 0 points. But Peach Rock and Aphrodite both have not competed yet. And in the I'm going to make that a little bigger for everybody. In the Blue Goddess division, you have Miami, then you have O2 Line, 7-Up, and Co-Wild Venus, all with 2 points each getting a win in this opening night. And then you have BMI 2000, who did get that loss due to disqualification, do not rack up any points. FWC, Wingardi, and the New Eras, all with 0 points. So as soon as I bring this thing back up, and we are moving on to the October 30th show, and we start out with Wingardi taking on BMI 2000. This was actually, again, another real statement match from BMI 2000. Not to say that Hanan and Saya Iida didn't didn't hold their own in this match, but it was you truly saw the domination, especially from Natsuko Tora. In this one, you saw the real domination here. And Tora, in the end, did get the swanton off the top to hit Hanan and got the win here for BMI to pick up 2 more points on the second night of this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Something I did want to also kind of note with BMI 2000 is not to take away from the other teams, but the BMI 2000 is one of the few teams that actually coordinates their gear. FWC is another one in Hazuki and Koguma who always seem to be matching their gear. But that being said, Hanan's gear, super cute. Same with Saya Iida's. But I just appreciate the kind of camaraderie of tag teams when they dress more alike. It just kind of adds to the overall feel of it. But you're absolutely right. This again was a statement match for BMI 2000. The notice that they put the division on in their last match continues on with the result of this one.
Very much so. So we move on to the second of 3 matches on the October 30th show, at least 3 Blue Goddess matches, or the Goddess Tag Team titles, the Goddess Tournament matches. And you have my pick of O2 Lines, AZM Miyu Amasaki from Queen Quest taking on the FWC Hazuki and Koguma from Stars. Absolutely right out of the gate, this match was speed heavy, especially between Hazuki and Azumi. Words. But yeah, these two especially, because they have been in a bit of a feud the last while. Like Azumi did take the high speed title from Hazuki, and you see that, and then Koguma, I guess, was kind of more the powerhouse in this match, and I really, really did like how everybody kind of meshed together in this match. Koguma getting Miyu in her like camel clutch, bear clutch thing, and then instead of doing the bear thing, she was just like playing with Miyu's hair. It was sort of like a little fun little comedy spot in the middle of it all early on in it. I really did like, but Miyu did get beat up a lot in this match, but she had a great spot where she did come back on Hazuki and get this beautiful pendulum DDT. I was like, oh, that absolutely gorgeous. But Azumi, like, just some of the great stuff she did in this match. And like this is beautiful head scissors. It was like she had grabbed the hand, I think it was of Koguma, and ran up and then came off and head scissored Hazuki, I think it was, and arm drag Ko, or it was the other way around. But again, just the smoothness of that was just purely beautiful. And then Koguma getting the DDT on Miyu, she went to the top, but was stopped. And then Azumi runs in and just arm drags Koguma off the top. Just again, the smoothness. And this is where Miyu ends up hitting this, it's a cross between a pedigree and an angel's wings, where she sat out like the angel's wing, but didn't lift it up. She kind of just like half hopped and sat down with it. It was like a sit out pedigree, and I really actually liked the variation on that move that she did. Again, it wasn't the implant buster or the angel's wing as people like to call it, but it wasn't quite the pedigree as she was sitting out with it, and I really did like that. The elevated MX combo from FWC on Miyu, and then Kog goes to the top and goes for the missile drop kick and gets it. But Azumi breaking up that pin, it's just, you never know where anything is coming in this match. Like, it was just crazy, like fast. But in the end, Hazuki got a big bicycle kick to Azumi and a neck, and then she picked her up, and then picked up Miyu, and Koguma gets the neckbreaker off the shoulder of Hazuki and goes to the top rope, and Koguma gets the splash on Miyu and picks up the win for FWC, getting points for FWC in this match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have very little to add to what you said, because you pretty much covered all of the good parts of the match. You're absolutely right though. Miyu was getting very worked in this match, and I did note that there was one point getting towards the end, it looked like she just took too many moves in sequential, or like one right after the other. Where she was looking a bit gassed. She was sucking wind a little bit. She was hunched over a little bit. Didn't stop her from completing the match, and didn't stop her from trying to keep up with everything. So you got to commend her for that. Then also, I believe also there was a match recently where we saw Koguma taking on Azumi and the third person. I believe it was Starlight Kid.
No, that was Hazuki. That was Hazuki, Freaking Death, and Azumi in a high-speed title match.
No, I'm talking about
another
one. Another one with Koguma. Koguma is nicknamed the High-Speed Genius, and has had her fair run-ins with Azumi. Highly recommend you go back into the
maybe I'm just, my mind's admitting it today. But
There's been multiple triple threat matches for that high-speed championship because of just the high demand for it, and rightfully so. I mean, look at the talent that is these women winning that title. Completely understandable.